It's time for combo brows. Combo brows are very popular, very trendy, and necessary. It's very important that you know how to do combo brows. So here are some examples of different combo techniques. The first I'll talk about is on the far left. The client is very fair, and she has the hair strokes at the front of the brow and along the top of the hair, the hair. So along the top perimeter and at the head of the brow. And then at the center of the brow and along the full perimeter all the way to the tail, she has no shading. So that is the type of combo brow we're going to be doing today. There's going to be a lot more shading and either half hair strokes or less. In the middle photo, you see the client had a previous tattoo. So, and it's a pretty dark one. So we did more shading on the tail and throughout the body. And she also wanted a really fluffy brow. So I created upward hair strokes and fluffed her brows out above the old tattoo. So it gave it a really natural look. And also I had to balance with the thickness of her hair. So I had to do some target shading in between the strokes. So it's a pretty dimensional brow, and then shaded her tail with a softer, more pixelated technique. The right brow, the client is more melanin rich in her skin tone, and her brow has the most amount of shading, and hair strokes are only at the head of the brows. They're beautiful, but only at the head. And why did I do that? Why does each brow look slightly different in terms of the technique? The client on the far right, she has that yellow in the center of her forehead, in the center of her eyebrows, right down the bridge of her nose. You see that area. So because she has a lot of yellow there, that's where the light is going to hit her face the most. It is best to keep hair strokes in that area. And as we proceed back closer towards the arch and especially the tail, there is more of a depth of color, more shadow, because light doesn't hit the arch and tail as well. So it's better to create more definition throughout the top and tail of the brow, because oftentimes you need more contrast. And there's less contrast at the arch and tail, more contrast at the head of the brows. And that's where it's most important to see the hair strokes anyway. So I gave her a really defined perimeter at the bottom and at the tail and then at the arch, and then kept the front very open and fluffy. And on the client on the right, her skin is very fair, and we're using a deeper pigment tone, so it's easier to see the contrast in the brows. So the hairs, even though they're fine, you can create more of them because you can see them at a distance, and her skin is dry and the strokes aren't going to expand as much. I've already posted a photo of her brows healed on my Instagram, and even in Brow Bosses, and you can see that the brows look virtually the same. Like there's very little difference at all, like almost nothing. It looks really good. I did do some target shading between the head of her strokes, the strokes at the head as well. But other than that, yeah, you can still see all the spaces and gaps in between each stroke, even healed. And then in the center client, we did a lot of shading because she has so much of that existing tattoo, and she had a lot of scarring from her old microblading. So we focused the strokes on the areas where there was no tattoo. So if there was a tattoo anywhere, I really focused more on shading. And wherever there wasn't, based on the size that she was requesting of the thickness of her brow, I was able to build my hair strokes easily on those areas because I didn't have that dark tattoo there. So I hope that makes sense and clarifies why there are different techniques for these 3 different clients. If you do have any questions, feel free to message us. It'll be really great for you to do it there so everyone can see the feedback that we're able to provide. All right, so what you'll need for today's lesson